Most women stay weak because they let emotions rule them. They feel too much, talk too much, cry over things that don't matter. They give their power away by reacting again and again until life knocks them flat. But not me. I've walked through fire and survived the ashes. I've buried my pain, carried my scars, and faced storms that tried to break me. And each time, I stood taller. Why? Because I refused to let emotions run my life. See, emotion is the easiest weapon the world uses against you. They bait you with words, they lure you with feelings, and when you take the bait, they control you. That's how women stay stuck, enslaved by what they feel, instead of mastering what they know. The truth is simple. If you want power, respect, and a legacy that lasts, you must stop being emotional and start being unshakable. Real power doesn't come from being the loudest voice in the room, from fighting to be seen, or from constantly trying to prove yourself. That's noise, and noise fades. True power is quiet, steady, unshakable. It doesn't need validation, applause, or recognition. It exists in the way you carry yourself, in the way you breathe, in the way you stay still when others crumble. Power is control. Control of your mind, your face, and even your heartbeat. When your mind is steady, no one can manipulate you. When your face is unreadable, no one can predict you. And when your heartbeat doesn't rise in fear, you own the moment completely. That's the kind of power that intimidates without words, that commands respect without demand. I've stood in front of people stronger, richer, and louder than me, and yet they blinked first. They broke because I didn't flinch. They shifted because I didn't move. That's when I understood. Control is greater than beauty, money, or status. Those things fade, but control endures. A woman who controls herself becomes unstoppable. She doesn't chase attention, she draws it. She doesn't fight for respect, she embodies it. Control is the foundation of legacy. It's what turns fleeting influence into something eternal. You don't need to be the biggest, the prettiest, or the wealthiest. You only need one thing: control. And once you master it, you'll never have to prove your worth again.
Emotional women are the easiest to manipulate because their reactions can be predicted. The moment someone insults them, they lash out. Touch their pride and they explode. Deliver bad news and they fall apart. Every move they make is tied to emotion, and that makes them an open book for anyone who wants to control them. I've watched it time and time again, women screaming, crying, slamming doors, trying to prove their strength through chaos. But here's the truth. The louder you are, the weaker you look, because every outburst hands your power over to the very person who triggered you. Reactivity is slavery. When someone else can pull your strings, they own you. But self-control, that is freedom. Imagine being unshaken when others expect you to crumble, silent when they push you to scream, calm when they want you broken. That's not weakness, that's mastery. While emotional women play checkers, moving pieces they can't even control, the disciplined woman flips the board entirely. She's not predictable, she's not manipulable, she's untouchable. And when people realize they can't control you with words, fear, or pain, that's when they begin to respect you. Control yourself, and you control the game. There are always two kinds of wars in life, the one the world can see and the one that rages inside of you. The outer battles might look terrifying, arguments, betrayals, losses, but the inner war is the hardest to survive. Fear, trauma, and doubt don't leave visible wounds, but they cut deeper than any blade. They creep into your thoughts, keep you awake at night, and try to convince you that you're powerless. I know this war well. I've carried scars that no one could see. I've endured nights where the weight of pain felt unbearable, where the echoes of past battles replayed in my mind. And yet, I didn't collapse. I didn't allow those shadows to consume me. Instead, I learned to turn them into fuel. I sharpened my pain into a weapon. Every heartbreak became a lesson, every failure a stepping stone, every scar a reminder of survival. The truth is, running from pain only makes it chase you harder. Wallowing in it only drowns you deeper. But when you take that same pain, grip it firmly, and sharpen it into a blade, you become unstoppable. Pain can break you, or it can forge you. The choice is yours. Let the trauma become your fire. Let the fear become your focus. And with every step forward, remember this: the war inside is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to transform you.
Your face is not just what the world sees. It is your mask, your weapon, your fortress. The way you carry your expression can either expose you or protect you. That's why you must never let fear, desperation, or weakness show. The moment people read your face, they know how to control you. Controlled expressions are pure power. A smile, when used with intention, can disarm your opponent. A frown, when delivered with purpose, can intimidate without a single word. But every other time, stone, unreadable. When no one knows what you're thinking, they are forced to guess, and in that uncertainty, you already hold the upper hand. Mystery is strength. Silence is strength. When you keep people wondering, they begin to respect you, even fear you. It's not about pretending to be something you're not. It's about mastering what you choose to show. I've sat across from people who wanted to see me break, waiting for a flicker of fear, a hint of emotion. But I gave them nothing, and in that stillness, I won. Remember this: control your face, and you control the room. Let the world wonder, never let them know.
Ask yourself this: what do you truly serve, pleasure or discipline? Most people give their lives to comfort, to distraction, to whatever feels good in the moment. But pleasure is temporary. It fades as quickly as it comes. Discipline, on the other hand, is eternal. It is your shield against weakness, your sword against doubt, your guiding religion when the world tries to pull you apart. Discipline lives in the small daily choices, rising early, even when you want to stay in bed, choosing purpose over distraction, even when it feels easier to scroll your life away, building when others are wasting time, training your mind when others are numbing theirs. That is how empires are built, not in sudden bursts of energy, but in consistent acts of discipline that compound over years. The beauty of discipline is this: while others chase pleasures that disappear, you rise. While they are distracted, you are focused. While they waste their time, you are creating your future. 5 years from now, they'll still be searching for the next thrill, the next high, the next empty moment of validation. And you'll stand tall, untouchable, unshaken, because you chose discipline as your foundation. Remember, discipline is not a punishment. It is the purest form of power. Serve it, and it will serve you. Betrayal is one of life's sharpest blades, and it cuts the deepest when it comes from someone you trusted. I once had someone close, someone I believed in, try to take everything from me: my work, my power, my family, my peace. They expected me to react, to rage, to fight blindly with emotion. That's what most people do when betrayed. They scream, they strike, they fall apart. But I didn't give them that satisfaction. Instead, I stayed calm. I smiled. I poured them a drink and made them feel safe, while inside I was already calculating my next move. I gave them no clue, no sign, no weakness to exploit. And when the time was right, I acted, not with chaos, but with precision. I ended it coldly, cleanly, strategically. That's the lesson betrayal teaches. Revenge is best served cold. Emotion clouds judgment, but patience sharpens it. Reacting in anger gives your enemy control. Planning in silence gives you victory. The person who betrayed you expects a storm. They never expect stillness, and that stillness is what breaks them. So remember this: don't waste energy on emotional outbursts. Let betrayal fuel your focus, not your fury. Hold your ground, wait for your moment, and then strike with clarity. That is how you win, not with noise, but with silence.
The world is not designed to make you comfortable. It is designed to test you. Every obstacle, every heartbreak, every loss is a weight pressing down on you. And that pressure is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Comfort is what weakens people, lulls them into mediocrity, and convinces them to settle. Pressure, on the other hand, is what creates diamonds. It is what transforms ordinary souls into extraordinary leaders. Kings are made in pressure, and so are queens. The women who rise, the women who stand unshaken, are not the ones who lived soft lives filled with ease. They're the ones who walked through storms, who faced trials, who endured pain and refused to collapse. Every scar became a crown, every challenge a stepping stone, every loss a lesson. Growth never comes from soft places. It doesn't come from comfort, from safety, from the easy path. Growth is born in the fire. It is carved out in the hardest places where most people give up. That's why you must stop running from discomfort and start embracing it. When the world tries to break you, let it. Because in that breaking, you discover what you are truly made of. Pressure doesn't destroy you, it forges you. And if you let it, it will turn you into something unshakable, unstoppable, and undeniable. A queen born from the fire. Legacy is not built in noise or flashes of attention. It's built in the quiet hours when no one is watching. It's the late nights when the world is asleep and you're still working. It's the sacrifices you make that no one ever thanks you for. While others are partying, complaining, or chasing validation, you're building something that will outlast them all. True legacy isn't loud. It whispers through your actions.
Respect and even fear don't come from what you show the world. They come from the discipline and sacrifice that remain unseen. People will admire the results, but they will never truly understand the price you paid. Legacy begins the moment you stop living for today's comfort and start building for eternity. It's about choosing growth over ease, vision over distraction, and purpose over pleasure. Build quietly, consistently, and with intention. One day, the world will speak your name with respect, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it in silence. Words mean nothing without action. If you want transformation, start today. Women often carry the weight of emotions, expectations, and endless explanations. But true strength begins with subtraction. Cut out one weakness today. Identify it, eliminate it, replace it with discipline. Practice silence when provoked. Not every battle needs your words. Wake up earlier while the world still sleeps and master something real. Your body, your craft, your mind. Train daily, not for approval, but for power. Move with intention, speak with calculation, and stop apologizing for existing. This is the shift, from emotional to disciplined, from reactive to strategic, from soft to dangerous. Every action you take builds a woman who cannot be shaken, who carries herself like a storm in control. Start now. Be the woman others fear to underestimate.
I don't raise my voice. I don't beg. I don't react. I plan. I move. I win. These words are not just a mantra, they're a weapon. This is the Iyanla Vanzant Method, the art of power in silence, strategy in motion, and victory in patience. Women, this is your turning point. Emotion is no longer your master. Discipline is. The world expects you to break, to cry, to explain, but you won't. You'll calculate. You'll move with intention. You'll win battles without announcing them. You'll walk into rooms with a presence so sharp it cuts through noise. Re-watch this message whenever weakness whispers in your ear. Remember, you are not emotional anymore. You are focused, strategic, unshakable. You are becoming a legend. And legends don't talk about winning. They prove it. Now, move.